We have natural expression. We live in expression. But when we step in front of a camera, all of a sudden we go blank. We go scared. So what a great headshot photographer will do is going to train you how to create the right expression.
Superstar. Laibel Schwartz Photography started as a wedding boutique photography, and he still does that, but his main line now is in the business industry, and he is the niche guy, the go-to, the headshot guru. So you're probably thinking, okay, what's the big deal about a great headshot? I found out for myself. Our whole team here at Bottom Line Marketing Group recently got our headshots by Laibel Schwartz. And that's when we drank the Kool-Aid. Laibel, thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
Such a treat. I cannot even tell you what a treat.
Oh, man. Well, it was a treat that we got our headshots.
Well, you rock the house.
Oh, man. Now, we're going to talk about humanizing your brand, the importance of corporate storytelling, how to connect with your clientele. Laibel, let's start out. Your background. Were you doodling in yeshiva in class, or am I not allowed to ask you that on the air? You know, like, let's say now today you're the headshot guru. You're the go-to guy. You've shot. How many CEOs, how many C-level executives have you photographed?
So I would say that over the last year and a half, we've probably taken about 1,500 headshots.
1,500 headshots in the last year and a half?
Yeah.
Did you supply that to Guinness?
We're still working on
Guinness, I'm sure there's someone from Guinness looking at it. Check it out. Labels 1,500 corporate CEOs, C-level executive headshots. That is pretty cool. So were you always dreaming about this as a kid? I mean, today, so you're this big celebrity. But what's your backstory?
Such a great question. It's really, I've always thought that growing up, my grandmother was an artist, and she was a sculptor.
It's in the genes.
Well, sort of. And she always told me that an artist is not in the medium that they craft, but it's a way of life. It's a way of seeing the world. It's a way of experiencing the world. Mm-hmm. But she always told me that as an artist, she could never make a living. Right? She was thankful enough to be supported by my grandfather, but she could never do it as a profession. So when I decided I wanted to go into photography, I needed to figure out a way that would be both.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, so really the words I think.
I love watching this.
Yeah.
He's thinking the mind. I see the smoke coming out of the brain. You know,
really both meaningful and also profitable. Right. And when we're working with companies, we have to know that we have a life project, something that we can believe in, but also something that can support us in our normal life. Right. So that's where that balance came in. So we started off as wedding photographers, which was incredible. That story, that beauty, that connection to couples. But we tried to tell a story there also. Tried to tell a story in a way that was not traditional, but really the story of the couple. And I always thought, that companies were a little bit blah, like a little, like,
right.
Old,
too rigid,
old stuffy men. Yeah,
old stuffy men,
old stuffy men. And when
sterile.
I realized, and when I saw that you could tell, I started realizing you could tell a story in a company also, because a company is just as
a story.
Precisely.
Even though they might think, oh, it's too mushy to tell the story. No. That's just social, that's family. Not realizing people that deal with the company, they want to know the story. They want to be part of the experience.
Right, and especially today, I found that, especially with social media, we're so used to working with sterile companies, big, large corporations, collaborations. And when you realize that that's not what we're investing in anymore. We're investing in people. We're investing in an idea. We're investing in a dream. And when a company can show who they are, who their personality is, that's really where companies are shining today.
Now, let's cut straight through the chase. Corporate storytelling. It's a huge buzzword. Can you explain what corporate storytelling is?
Storytelling in general is the way that people connect to people, right? The biggest industries, movies, television, social media, has always been on the assumption that we're buying into a story. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're doing in companies, right? We're taking the life tribulations that happen in a human being's life in a corporation, and we're bringing that to the world. Because when I look at let's say an insurance company, right? If I'm looking at an insurance company, what I'm seeing is they all have the same product.
Right.
The only reason we're investing in someone is
one over the other.
Exactly, is because is the humanity behind them. Who is it I trust in? Who's fighting the good fight? And when you can showcase who you are and let people really I look at it like opening up a window and letting people see into your business, then people will invest in you.
So why is it so important for a company to humanize their brand? We touched on it earlier. If a company is sterile, can people still connect with it?
People do connect with it because that's what we've been doing for years, but that's not the way of the future, right? If you're seeing the way that brands are distinguishing themselves, I often say the companies I get to work with are the ones that are really cutting edge. They're the ones that are seeing it now. In 5 more years, it's going to be commonplace and it's going to be a necessity. But the people that are doing it now are forerunners, right? When I get a call from a company, I immediately know that they're cutting edge. They're willing to invest a lot,
right,
into something that's in today's world a little bit
ahead of the curve,
Yeah.
slightly ahead of the curve. Although not totally,
No.
because we want people to realize that, it's true you want to be ahead of the curve, but you want to be that one where they turn heads and they're like, whoa, you guys look great. This wasn't taken by your kid.
Well, often, in terms of let's break it down from the beginning. What happened here? How did we get into headshots? Headshots are the way that the one space where I don't know who you are. We live in a digital world, right? So therefore, I used to come to visit you. When I went to a baker, I used to go to the baker. When I used to go to my insurance salesman, I used to go to him. Today, that doesn't work anymore. We live in a digital world. We live on LinkedIn. We live on Instagram. We live on Facebook.
Right.
So I'm looking at your website. If I want to know who you are, I check out your website. I do a digital identity dig. I go into who you are. I want to create it, right? Because I don't want to be a random picture that someone took of me sometime in Cancun to be the image that people see when they type in my name.
That's right.
I want to create the experience someone has with me. So therefore, we go into headshots. We teach them how to use your eyes for confidence, mouth for approachability, super strong jawline. You went through it, right? That's the idea, is to be able to coach someone to get the look that they really are. When I meet you, you're a beautiful person. But when we stand in front of a camera, we get scared.
So now let's get back. The face, the eyes. I was getting all excited about this. Explain it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what a person doesn't realize is we have natural expression. We live in expression. But when we step in front of a camera, all of a sudden we go blank. We go scared. Right? It's glass, it's metal. You have no idea what's going on. It's scary.
Right.
So what a great headshot photographer will do is going to train you how to create the right expression. Right? So the foundations of a great headshot are eyes are confidence.
Okay.
Mouth is approachability. Eyebrows are expression. Right? Each one of them is that balance is going to hit the right person. So watch my eyes. Like, again, guys, you won't be able to hear this on radio.
But when they watch YouTube, they'll be able
you'll
to see
it. So watch my eyes. Imagine if I have super wide open eyes. Right? Is that confident? No.
Not really, no.
It's scared.
Right.
It's the way precisely. So the way it's vulnerable. So the way I create confidence, I bring that bottom lobe up a tiny bit. It's called, you're doing it to me right now.
Okay.
We do it when we're naturally curious or we're skeptical.
Okay.
Bring the bottom lobe up a tiny bit. It's called a squinch.
Right. Okay.
Right? Now, if I do too much confidence in the eyes and not enough approachability in the mouth, I look mean.
Right. Now, they look like, I don't want to do business with you. The way he's on the show, of course I want to do business with him.
But
I'm saying,
that's the idea,
we're just acting it out.
So now if I go the other way, too much approachability in the mouth and not enough confidence in the eyes, I look eager.
Right.
Right?
Just not professional.
Precisely. So a great portrait artist, what he's going to do is he's going to balance you out to get the right percentage for your profession. Right? Now, in terms of eyebrows and expression, we deal with that in actors, actresses. We don't always deal with that in corporate world, but if we want to throw in a little fun, we'll hit that.
Okay,
now,
please, yeah.
No,
and feel free.
So watch my eyebrow pressure. Right?
Okay.
Here is curious. Right?
Right.
Here is more sinister.
Right.
Right? Depending on how I want to present myself, is how I'm going to either do eyebrow pressure, throw my eyebrows up, one eyebrow up, one eyebrow down. We're going to work with that. Now, check this out.
Yeah.
We all got stuff under our chin that no one needs to know about. You know that extra stuff down here?
Hey, it is tens of thousands of people listening, but
not by you, by all of us.
Okay.
So the way we get rid of that is we're going to stand up super, super, super straight, like we have a hook in our cranium pulling us towards the ceiling, right? Now, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to get very, very, very straight. Now, what I'm going to do, this part is really uncomfortable, so you're going to have to work with me. You jam your forehead out and down.
And then
out. It really hurts. We always say, if you don't go to the chiropractor tomorrow, you didn't do well enough, right? So you're going to stand up super straight, jam that forehead out and down. And what happens is the skin below your chin wraps around your jaw, creating a super beyond strong jawline.
Yeah, no. Continue.
No, so that's with all those factors, then is the base for a great headshot. Then from there, we work on the human reaction, the human expression.
Okay, so before we get there, I want to let the listeners know we drank the Kool-Aid here, and I know what he's talking about because I like my head. I slept it, whatever. I feel a little bit achy from taking those shots, but they look amazing.
That's right.
They look amazing.
That's
so
right.
whatever antics you did, I mean, I should have gone to the chiropractor before the headshots, but whatever. I'm fine now.
And you know the crazy part people don't realize, and a lot of it is in the coaching. So what we do is we actually photograph and we take it straight to a computer. We tether to a computer, so you see the image immediately. And a lot of times it'll be hard for a person to believe me. I really look good like this. This feels ridiculous.
Right.
I feel ridiculous.
I know when I felt exactly, Laibel, what you're saying exactly happened to me.
So I say, hold on a second. You stand normal. Do exactly what you think. And they stand normal. And then I say, okay, now listen to me to the T. Stand up super straight, jam your forehead, super painful. Then I say, come here, let me show you something.
Before and after.
Right. And by this, people walk out with their forehead out and down. They're like,
say,
never
do what you want.
want.
Even though I feel like I got to.
I'm telling you, they're like, for the rest of their life. Well, I feel like when someone comes in for a headshot, when they leave, they know how to take a picture for the rest of their life.
Now you teased us a few minutes ago about the expression.
Right.
I want to hear about that.
So we have basically, I'm a student of someone named Peter Hurley. Peter Hurley is considered the world's best headshot photographer.
Wow.
So he created a perfect pie.
Right.
And he's given it to a few students of his around the world to capitalize on, right? That exacts the equation for a perfect headshot. Now, one of the points is that we can have perfect posed in our perfect shoulders, perfect evenly squinched eyes, confidence, right? But if you don't have a human expression, then you fall flat. So our rule is we always try to create a perfect scenario, and then the last step is to elicit the human reaction. So we're going to say something to make you forget that you were in front of a camera. Because that's where it's scary, right?
Right,
So we're going to do something hysterical. We're going to be posing you, chin to the right, chin up a little bit, very good, chin down a little bit, perfect, squinch those eyes, tilt the head a little bit, perfect, just slightly less miserable.
Right, and then suddenly you elicit a smile, a laugh.
And that's right. So
and
now you have a perfect...
break it down. You have them in the right position, but then the expression, which was killed till that point, you now suddenly, in a flash, you bring that in there.
And that's the moment of magic.
Moment of magic. Well, Shep, you're probably listening. Shep, this is a new moment of magic. For those that listen, we have Shep Hyken. He wrote the book, Be Amazing or Go Home, and he always talks about the moment of magic as it applies to customer service. But we're talking about the moment of magic. Your face is your advertisement to the world, especially in today's day and age.
And you know what's fascinating?
Yeah.
The fascinating part is that one of the things I realized, and I think it's one of the first times I'm talking about it, the reason why a headshot is so powerful is because when we're working with you, we get so connected, right? We're so very connected.
That's right.
And we're connected, and I'm bringing your chin down, and I'm working on your eyes, and I'm working on your mouth. So we have a really interhuman connection.
That's correct. And I'm listening to you.
But then what happens? Then we take an image of a person that's connected. So then when that image is being showcased, it's that of one of human connection. So when the person receives or sees that image for the first time, they're engaged or connected. And that's why the image can be so strong, is because it's one of constant connection.
I love the honor of interviewing C-level executives and sharing their great advice and perspective on Mind Your Business. I'd love to get your feedback. Post it in the comments below and subscribe. You'll never miss an edition of Mind Your Business.